Wells Fargo just released a new credit card called the Attune, and at first I wasn't impressed. But after digging into its rewards, I found it's actually much better than I thought, covering a lot of spending areas. So in this video, I'll be covering everything this card offers, the good and the bad, important things you should know before applying, my honest opinion on it, and whether it's actually worth getting. For background, this card is designed to reward you on specific purchases that benefit your well-being, pets, and the environment. You'll earn 4% cash back in 3 main reward categories that include over 45 different merchant categories and 1% cash back on everything else. So almost everyone can find a way to benefit from this card. The first category you'll earn 4% on is self-care, which covers gym memberships, spas, and salons. This category includes beauty and barber shops, gym memberships and fitness studios, health and beauty spas, and massage parlors. Some examples are Supercuts, LA Fitness, and SoulCycle. But I'm sure other popular merchants like Planet Fitness and Orange Theory will count as well, as long as they're put under these categories by the merchant. The second category you'll earn 4% on is sports, recreation, and entertainment. This category includes lots of fun stuff like craft stores, hobby shops, garden supply stores, amusement parks, dance studios, campgrounds, sports stores, pet supplies, bicycle shops, concerts, movies, and much more. Basically, anything you do for fun might fall into this category. Some merchant examples are Etsy, Lego Store, Michaels, Disney, Six Flags, Chewy, Petco, Dick's Sporting Goods, Peloton, Legoland, StubHub, Ticketmaster, Apple Music and TV, Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Spotify, and many others. The amount of spending categories covered here is insane. The third category you'll earn 4% on is planet-friendly purchases. This includes merchants who help you be more eco-friendly, like thrift stores, antique shops, and transportation like buses, trains, subways, and EV charging stations. Some examples are Savers, Greyhound, Tesla, Lime, and Uber. What's crazy is that all these categories and the others I didn't mention will earn you 4% unlimited cash back, so there's no limit on how much you can earn. Plus, this card has no annual fee or late payment fees. Go figure. But to see how much you could potentially earn from these categories, let's look at what the average American spends. According to various online sources, Americans spend about $110 a month on beauty, fitness, and wellness, which totals to $1,320 per year. They also spend about $297 a month on entertainment like movies and concerts, totaling around $3,568 a year. Clothing expenses average $161 a month or $1,932 per year, and public transportation costs about $600 a year. Together, that's about $7,420 spent a year. If you were to use the Attune card to pay for those purchases that fall under the 4% categories, you could earn about $296 in cash back per year. That's honestly amazing value since this card has no annual fee. Remember, this is just an example. The actual value you get from the card will depend on your personal spending. I just wanted to show you how powerful this card could be. Now, in addition to rewards, this card is offering a $100 sign-up bonus when you spend $500 on purchases in the first 3 months. Plus, Wells Fargo will donate $50 to Capital Link, a national nonprofit organization, when you qualify for this bonus. Although this isn't the biggest bonus out there, especially compared to other no annual fee credit cards, it's still a nice extra given all the rewards this card offers. You'll also get 0 APR for 12 months on purchases. So if you have a big purchase coming up and want to pay for it over time without interest, you can do so. However, keep in mind that after the 12 months, you'll have to pay the card's regular interest rate, which ranges between 20.24% to 29.99% on any remaining balance. So make sure you have a plan to pay off the card completely in full before the 0 interest period ends to avoid interest charges. I always recommend using credit cards responsibly. Only spend what you can afford to pay back, and always pay your balances on time and in full every single month. But if you decide to use this feature, use it wisely or don't use it at all. Additionally, you'll get up to $600 in cell phone protection per claim for damage, theft, or accidental loss when you pay your monthly phone bill with your Attune card. You can make up to 2 claims per year, totaling $1,200, and you only pay $25 as a deductible. So if your phone gets damaged, stolen, or you accidentally lose it and can't get it back, this coverage can pay to repair or replace it, which is pretty nice. You also got secondary rental car coverage up to $50,000. This covers accidents or theft of a rental rental car when you pay for the whole rental with your Attune card and you decline coverage from the rental company. Now, the rewards you earn with this card do not expire as long as your account is open, and you can redeem them in many ways, including cashback as a statement credit, a deposit into a qualifying Wells Fargo account, a check by mail, gift cards, apply to purchases you've already made, make purchases at eligible merchants for travel, merchandise, limited time offers from popular stores like Bed Bath & Beyond, or for donations. According to Wells Fargo's rewards program, you can also transfer the cashback you earned from this card to another Wells Fargo rewards account you have. For example, you should be able to transfer the cashback from this card to another card like the Wells Fargo Autograph, which earns points. Those points can then be transferred to Wells Fargo's transfer partners for potentially more value. However, no one has confirmed if this works yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Now, the recommended credit score to get the Attune card is 670 or higher, but the higher your score, the better. However, Wells Fargo also looks at your credit history, income, debt, and other factors before approving you. They may also pull your credit score from any or all three major credit bureaus, but many recent applicants only had their score pulled from Experian. Credit limit-wise, Wells Fargo says the minimum you can get approved for is $1,000. Reddit users have confirmed this with approved limits ranging from $1,000 to $32,000. So your credit limit will probably be in that range. By the way, if you get a low limit at first, but you have another Wells Fargo card with a higher limit, you can transfer some of that limit to your Attune card by simply calling the customer service number on the back of your card. For example, if your Attune card has a $1,000 limit and your other Wells Fargo card has a $16,000 limit, you can transfer $5,000 to the Attune card to increase its limit if you want. Now that we've gone over all the benefits of this card, let's look at the downsides to determine whether it's truly worth it. The first downside is that the card charges a 3% foreign transaction fee, so it's not the best card to use outside of the US. Another downside is that you may not qualify for this card if you have opened a Wells Fargo branded credit card in the last 6 months. So you may have to wait to get the Attune card if you recently got another Wells Fargo card, unless you get an upgrade offer. Just be careful with upgrade offers, because most of the time when you do this, you'll miss out on the card's sign-up bonus unless they tell you otherwise. Another downside is that even though the card earns 4% cash back in many specific categories that other credit cards don't, there are over 45 categories to keep track of, which can be a little annoying and frustrating to remember all of them. I can barely remember why I walked into a room sometimes, so imagine trying to keep track of all those categories along with the ones on my other credit cards. Yeah, no, I'm good. But let me know what you guys think about this below. Another downside is that in order to get 4% cash back on your purchases, the business processing your transaction must use a merchant category code that matches one of the eligible categories. For example, if you have a card that earns 4% cash back at gas stations and you fill up your car at one expecting to earn 4% cash back, you might find out later on your credit card statement that this specific gas station is categorized as a convenience store instead of a gas station. This means you will not get the 4% cash back you are expecting. So with the Attune card, you're going to basically need to use the card and see for yourself which unmentioned places actually qualify for the 4% cash back. Another downside is that the card sign-up bonus is fairly low compared to most credit cards, especially when compared to other no annual fee cards like the Chase Freedom Unlimited, Discover It, and even their own Wells Fargo Autograph card. It also doesn't offer an introductory APR on balance transfers. So if you want to consolidate debt by transferring a balance from a high-interest credit card over to this one, you won't be able to do so. And the last downside is that it doesn't give rewards on main spending categories like groceries, gas, dining, or travel. So you're going to need to pair it with another credit card that covers those categories for maximum earnings. But again, it makes sense since this credit card was designed to reward you in specific categories that most popular credit cards don't cover. So is the Attune card worth it? I think yes, because it covers a bunch of common spending categories like gym memberships, hobby shops, amusement parks, sporting goods stores, pet supplies, concerts, movies, transportation, and much more, making it useful for almost everyone. Add in the $100 sign-up bonus, 0 interest on purchases for a year, protection benefits, and no annual fee, and you've got yourself a great credit card in my opinion. Even though the 4% cashback categories are specific and there's a lot to track, this card could be very valuable if they match your spending habits and you don't already have cards covering those categories. So whether this card is right for you ultimately depends on your spending habits, the cards you already have, and the type of rewards you prefer earning. Personally, I won't be getting the Attune card because I already have credit cards that cover all my spending, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it down in the comments. By the way, I've left links in the description to some of my favorite credit cards, shopping portals, and bank accounts offering amazing bonuses and rewards that I think could benefit you guys as well. So feel free to check them out. Using those links helps me create these free videos for you guys. So thank you in advance. And if you like this video, you might also like this other one where I talk about the best no annual fee credit cards you can get. So make sure to check it out.